Up now? What microphone is it picking up? This one? Yeah, this one. Okay, cool. That definitely peaked. Alright, what shall we do? Not that, apparently. Which takes courage, okay. Wasn't the one that's only got a time limit on it? Yeah, probably this one, right? I've got days on them. Oh, I should probably do these then, huh? What to do? 15 days, 9 days, 18 days. But we'll do this one first.
But I think this is pushing it.
Where are we? All the way over here. Vaudeville, makes sense. I've been doing the dailies recently, that's why I've not been streaming. I say the dailies off stream and decided, you know what, maybe I will stream today. I think that microphone's a little too close for my liking. Bit down here a bit, might work a bit better. My dog's definitely eyeing it up.
So Tandra's supposed to be here in Gandharvaville looking for inspiration. But how do we find him? Should we yell his name at the top of our lungs?
That sounds like a bad idea.
Hey, buddy. What's your name? What are you doing here all alone? Do you live in Gandharvaville? Regardless, don't worry. As a trainee forest ranger, I'll do everything I can to help you.
Hi, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm Rosie. Don't mind me. I know the way back to Gandharvaville.
When people say, don't mind me, what they really mean is don't worry about me. That's all the more reason not to leave you alone.
You're imitating the way that Amber talks by the sound of things.
Hey, don't cry. What's wrong? Take your time. You can tell me all about it. Huh. That voice sounds familiar. Paimon's heard it somewhere before. Oh, it's Kale! And a child who seems to be upset. Oh, let's go say hi. Hi, Kale. How have you been? Paimon and Traveler. I've been doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I'm helping Master Tainari patrol the forest. What brings you here? We're here on an errand. We heard your voice, so we thought we'd come ask you for help. You seem kinda busy, though.
I'll be fine. You go help them first, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm okay, really. The sand got into my eyes, that's all.
What a well-mannered child. Sand? There is not a lot of sand in a forest. You keep saying you're okay because you don't want us to know what you're upset about, right?
Maybe.
That's exactly why you have to get it off your chest. Here's a trick. If you're keeping a secret that bothers you, you can try telling it all to a tree hollow.
A tree hollow?
Yeah, a tree hollow. Do you know Tanja's stories? The Aranar living in the forest will patiently listen to every word children say. Maybe there really are Aranar living in the tree hollows that will listen to you.
You like the R&R stories too?
Of course! I love them!
Oh, people who like R&R are the best. Okay, I'll try telling my secrets to a tree hollow. Thanks, Miss Forest Ranger. You know everything.
Aw, you're just exaggerating. Anyway, I'm trying to be like my friend, who always does her best to cheer people up when they seem sad. So, how are you doing? Feeling any better now? The forest is very dangerous, so how about we stick together?
Sure.
Mm-mm.
Wow, Cully's so good with kids. Well, helping children who are lost in the rainforest is all part of a forest ranger's duty. So, what was it you wanted help with? You're not lost too, are you? Okay, so you're looking for a children's author from Port Olmos called Tanja. And he's here in Gandharville, looking for inspiration. Wait, when you say Tanja, do you mean the Tanja? That's right, Uncle Tanja. So he's in
She
the
pulled down
area,
this pose.
looking for inspiration for a new story as we speak? This is amazing. Could you wait for me for a second? I'll run Razzie back to Gandharville and then I'll be right back. I've always been curious what the man behind those incredible stories is like in person.
Tanja's just a normal guy.
Even so, he must be more creative than most people. Wait, hold on. Razzie, do you mean you've met Tanja before?
Mm-hmm. He's my dad.
Your dad? Tanja's your dad? As in you're Tanja's son?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Paimonsees! That guy at a car crash told us that Tanja brought his son along with him. So he meant Razzie. Why are you here on your own, though? Did you and Tanja get separated?
We had an argument. I was upset, so I ran off here by myself.
Oh, in that case, we should take you back to Gandharville first. Then we'll look for your dad and tell him where you are.
No, I'm good. Thanks for your advice, Kale. I'm not so upset anymore. Come with me. I'll take you to him.
Yay! Thanks, Razzie! Paimon thought we'd be spending the whole day looking for him. Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm actually gonna meet the Tanja!
Oh.
So Tanja headed this way. I know this place pretty well. Follow me.
Backtracking? Oh, hello. That would be. Oh, I'm behind that tree, isn't it? That I keep running into. Our friends, how nice to see someone alive in this dump. I call me Lunja. Hopefully I am not going to pronounce that. Even though technically I am a Roduk. Am I saying that? Ah. These are my boys. Minum. Ziri. Very good, very upbeat. As you can see, me and the boys welcome you here. Please, help yourself to a hot meal. Right, Minum, Ziri? Bad feeling about this. They don't look very enthusiastic. Just me enthusiasm, boys. Welcome, strangers. My apologies. I'm from the desert and haven't gotten used to the rainforest. It's humid and stuffy, and can wring water out your shirt and pants, and the bandana. Such a mess after every fight. You probably know we have 3,000 terms to classify sand, and tens of thousands of ways to deal with it. Moisture on plants? I'm out. They make me uncomfortable the whole time. I feel like I'll never be able to deal with them. That's enough of my nagging. Job comes first. Much complaining hurts morale. After all, life is life, but business is still business, right? Hey, traveler, Paimon thinks we ran into a bunch of weirdos. You're all weird. Excuse me, but we didn't get your names. Where did you come from? What are you doing here? Just call me Amy. Paimon's name is Paimon. We're here to... Adventurers passing by. Is that so? Could be in the rainforest worth risking your lives for. Depends on what we'll find. Your adventurers are interesting people. The gale and sun never blind you. You find what you seek. We don't mean to interrupt, boss, but it's time we get going. Right. Got a room, friends. Sorry we couldn't extend our hospitality. Once we part on your own, without desert folk watching your back, you'd better keep an eye out for wild beasts. Savage jungle is just like the desert. In the desert, you leave your tribe on... on the desert. When you leave your tribe, you're on your own. Easy prey for hungry beasts. Is that a threat? Why would I threaten my friends? It's just a kind reminder. Who do you think I am? Irritating. Come, Minum, Zuri. Let's go. Wait. The pot. Just leave it there, noob. For our new friends, let's go. These guys are weird, so eager to get chummy. We'd better be careful. Yes, you should be careful. Well, since you both say so. Oh? Hey, you startled me. That's Paimon's line. Speaking of which, little one, who are you? Anakirin is little one. Anakirin is Anakirin. Oh, great Anakin. It looks like. You can't listen to those sun grains. They're liars with bad minds who are here for the unknown R&R. Yeah. Bad minds. Bad minds. What? I didn't get that at all. White Floaty is silly, so White Floaty didn't get it. But hey! Nara Amy's smart. That's what Anakaran means. You know our names? Narakin smart. When you talked to them, I listened. I heard Nara's name is Amy, and your name is Paimon. But Floaty Paimon is silly and still doesn't understand Narakin. Floaty Paimon is like that, it's true. Hey, Paimon's not silly. First, we still need to find Zoro Mushroom. Zoro Mushroom are little shiny spots, just like my songs. To find Zoro Mushrooms, you need Kubza. That's fine. You guys are great. Nora King can entrust Kavasara to you. It comes again. Things Paimon can't understand. Kurswan, what is that? Fatty fruit, bitter fruit, temporary home of Anarakin memories. Upside makes Anara strong. Oh my lord. Oh, what to me? Something like that? It's feeling sick. Anara getting bigger. You must go. Quickly. Quickly. Wait a second. We don't even know where you're going. Zora mushroom. We need Zora mushroom to prepare Anara home. You need Anara Homer to help. Never think that's more teamy. Be lively again. You know where the Zora mushroom is? I take you. I know where the Zora mushroom is. I take you there. Alright. Hey, wait for us. Okay. Well, I guess I need to equip that then, huh? Any push that game. I had to push L1. Yeah, L1 it bring up this menu. Yeah. I pushed. Huh. I get past you. Oh, do I need to hit it with a thing now, I imagine. There's a symbol. Indra. Oh no, it's that one. Let's switch it back because she's not strong at all. Need to level her up. Looking at this area though, I might need to keep her out. Over here now, Amy. Pretty Paimon. There's water everywhere. Zora mushroom that you mentioned. Is it really here? Here underwater. Rocks, vines protect and cover him. Each safe him from the water. Rocks blessed by Nora Vorina broke apart by themselves after many, many moonsets. Broken rocks sealed path to Zora mushroom and protected him. Nora King can repair the rocks and make the water leave, so we can find Zora mushroom. Use the Kavasa, summon Anakin's power, and Anakin trusts you. Will treat the Kavasa well? Of course, we'll treasure it like anything you entrust with us. Kavasa. Usi-Han? Well, that was terrible. And Anakin sings happy songs because the hope for Orotima is that thing. Because Nara is willing to help. Yeah, party for a bit. I'll go with the Traveler. He's leveled up. Yeah, what sword do you have right now? Sensible. Pretty not great. Yeah, you don't got great stuff on you by the look of it. got the thing here, so I don't know what to put on you. I'll just nick all that stuff for now. Do that. Swap between them at least. I don't want to get confused. Mental mastery. That's decent. Number 4. Same thing, I suppose. Like, we're not really gonna wait for this. Got any of this new one, so just put it up and down for the stats. Do better.
Scatter!
Oh, it is, but we'll find out. Work up there. Yeesh. Uh-oh. Yipe.
Propagate!
See, it goes down. Water lowered. Another broken stone over there. Use the Kavasa. Thing go. Next one. What is that?
Is this an answer from this world?
Curious. Probably a bad idea. It's fine. Oh, the home, isn't it? Soil mushroom. It's so mundane. This is it's not a mushroom. Very cunning, very clever. So I wasted all that effort. Where's the Zora mushroom? Zora mushroom is no ordinary mushroom. That's more cunning and clever. It's probably escaped by now. Mushrooms can run away too. Of course, they don't have roots, but they can absorb nutrients from the rocks. They don't have the legs to run, but they are mushrooms, not plants. Don't fret, Narami. Let me ask this fellow. The Zora mushroom went into the cave. Manara. Because these dissolved the... But again, they're just dissolved in the water. Very dangerous. Why would a Zora mushroom go there? Manara moves too fast. It must be stopped. A mushroom can stop Manara, but it won't hold for long. We better go save the mushroom? Yes, we must hurry. I'll take you now.
Scatter!
Below me? Oh, it's gotta be up here, right? That's where we started then. No, it's not. I'll grab these though, I'm in here. Always, let's go back. Caves. No, no. That's a mushroom. Let's buy these things.
Shine down. Ha ha.
Stabilize.
There is no escape.
Scatter!
Shine down.
Propagate!
What am I not seeing?
Scatter!
Oh jeez, that made me jump. Ooh.
There is no escape.
Scatter!
Shine down.
Me? It is above me. What the crap? Really high above me, apparently. So it loops around. Just go around and come back. Have a look. Ew. The screen just fell slightly down. Need to pick that back up. Okay.
Propagate!
This one again. Summon thing is, yeah. I mean, there's things around here. Oh, hi guys.
Propagate! There is no escape! Ha! Ah!
This is order.
Scatter!
Go as one!
I see it. It's there. Bring it. I need an arrow. Is that let me switch, is it? Got it up.
Rosie! Where are you, Rosie?
Someone
This must be the other mission.
Rosie over there.
It switched over, didn't it? Oh, what's what I was doing then? Probably one of these. We'll carry on with this for now.
Oh, Rosie! Thank goodness I finally found you. What would I do without you, my son?
Oops, also plays
Were
not
you
on.
in danger? Did the wild beast scare you? Did the stars guide your way?
I'm okay. All thanks to their help.
Thank you. Thank you all. I dare say that even the most cold-hearted Spino crocodile would be moved to tears by your kindness.
Oh, it's nothing. It's all part of my responsibility as a trainee forest ranger. I'm the one who should thank you for creating so many wonderful stories for the children of Sumeru. I love them too.
Really? I didn't know anyone read my stories apart from young children. That must mean you're still in touch with your inner child. Okay then. I have the inspiration for my next story. It shall be about an Aranara granny who's a child at heart.
Huh? It's an honor to become the source of your inspiration. Whoa. Kale looks like she's about to pass out. Hey Kale, are you okay? I'm okay. Sorry. I just got a little too excited.
Are you two story lovers as well? Yes, yes. The moment I saw you, the image of an aura giant and an aura finch traveling together popped into my mind. Ah, excellent! Improvisation! Yes, mount your trusty steed of imagination and canter through the lush meadows of lyrical expression. You have the potential to become a celebrated storyteller too, you know.
Seems like Tanja has a slightly exaggerated view of what it means to be a children's author. Also, Paimon's not a finch. That's nothing to get excited about.
Akara Crafts. Akara Crafts. Oh! Oh, right, right. I remember now. That small boat once sailed into the sea of my memory, but before long it floated away over the horizon, never to be seen again. Perhaps for the best. After all, a wild tempest was a-raging in Tangier Harbor.
What? Paimon has no idea what he's saying. What should we do? Do you think we should get Tainari to take a look at him?
Dad's
Yep.
saying he forgot about helping the people at Akara Crafts learn more about Aranara because right now he has something more important to do.
Oh, that's what he meant! Well, there it is! All the proof you needed that this kid is definitely Tanjiro's son. Wait, no, this isn't the time for all that. Tanjiro, your help is pretty vital to the toy makers. You gotta do something!
But the garden that blooms before my eyes is of greater importance, for therein lies the beautiful Padisara that all the children of Sumeru dream of. I, Tanjiro, have found evidence of Aranara activity right here in the Avidia forest, conclusively proving that Aranara not only exists in stories, but in real life too. If I manage to document the first real-life Aranara sighting, the petty problems that perplex Akara Crafts will be untangled in no time. Meanwhile, I may well be able to leverage this to assume leadership of the academia. Then all across Sumeru will know of the great Tanjiro living in humble Port Ormos.
Hmm.
I haven't written any papers myself, but I think you need to have a bunch of them approved by the review board before entering the academia. You also need a detailed and objective experiment record. Anyway, Tanja, what did you mean by evidence of Aranara activity?
The hook's what's important in a story. The great storyteller Tanjiro never gives his audience the bait right away. Come with me.
Wait, not that way. Kale, what's wrong? Nothing. But that way leads us deeper into the Avidia forest. I'm just concerned for Tanja's safety. And I think I'm starting to understand why Razi and Tanja were fighting.
Hmm. Yep. And
Just as I expected, the promise of one of my stories has kept you hot on my heels.
But this is just an ordinary tree hollow. Paimon's not seeing any evidence of Aranara.
You can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. Look with your heart and you too will understand.
Paimon's not sure what look with your heart means. But anyway, let's start by investigating the area around this tree hollow. Hey, look! There's a note here! Could this be the evidence that Tanjiro was talking about? The handwriting's so hard to read. It's too hard. I can't remember the names of all these mushrooms. Do Aranara need to learn about mushroom classification? Here's another note that says, "This tree hollow is my castle." That sounds more like something an R&R from the stories would say. There's another one here! If only I were a clever Aranara. A clever Aranara. Is the emphasis on clever or Aranara?
yeah. I think I can probably see them.
How does it feel to bear witness to a groundbreaking discovery? Exciting, isn't it? The crude handwriting may look like a child's, but don't forget, we're in the middle of a rainforest. I doubt that a child would be able to reach this deep into the forest, and I doubt even more that they would think of this lowly tree hollow as some sort of impenetrable castle. I boldly hypothesize that this tree hollow is in fact the Aranara's academia. The notes we saw were written by the Aranara themselves. There is no doubt in my mind about that. An Aranara that wasn't so bright left a note here wishing to become a clever Aranara. Oh, I shall craft a new story for them and call it The Aranara in the Tree Hollow. How's that? Don't the very words just conjure up images of Aranara in your mind's eye?
Nope.
Well, many an adventurer knows how to take to the skies with their easily visible wind gliders, yet they do not possess the invisible wings of imagination, making it hard for them to keep up with my train of thought. How about you, Miss Forest Ranger? Do you soar into the atmosphere on the wings of imagination?
Huh? Me? I don't know. Maybe I do, but maybe not. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me, so... Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that witnessing Tanja's creative process is a little...
Overwhelming.
Oh, yes. Yes. Overwhelming.
For now, I've decided to stay here with Razi until we witness the legendary moment when the Aranara appear in this hollow. Don't worry, I won't let the Akara Crafts toymakers down. When a real Aranara appears, their little troubles will be resolved in an instant.
He seems pretty stubborn. Looks like we'll have to stay here and wait a little longer. No, I think we should return to our camp first. Tanja, in Aranara and the Three Little Fungus, it says that Aranara are very sensitive creatures. I don't think they'll show up if we stay here.
Oh? Was that in the story? Ah, yes, I remember now. Miss Forest Ranger, you sure know your stuff. In that case, let's go back to camp and call it a day. We'll continue our search for evidence first thing in the morning.
Like there. What time is that? I guess I got it right.
Traveler! Traveler! Wake up! It's not the Aranara! It's Kale! She's gone! Oh, Paimon's been worried about Kale since last night. Even though she kept telling us she was okay after we saw the evidence of Aranara activity, she's been acting kinda strange. Anyway, let's go find her. Hey, look! Aren't these Kale's footprints? But why are they headed towards the tree hollow? So Kale came back here alone. Is she waiting for the Aranara to show up? And I thought this was a place nobody knew about. I never thought Tanja would find it, or that I would run into the Traveler and Paimon. If I'd known, I would have just told the tree hollow instead of writing it down. There must be another way to practice my handwriting. Now I've created a whole new problem for myself. What do I do now? Dress up as an Aranara? Oh, no, that won't work. I should be writing something that an Aranara would never say, so that Tanja won't mistake me for one of them. But What should I write? What should I write? Oh, I've got it! There's no way Tantra could see this as the work of an Aranara.
So the evidence of Aranara activity we saw during the day was actually evidence of Kale's activity. But why didn't she just tell Tanger? Oh, right! Kale told Razi that he could tell any secret to a tree hollow. Must be because that's what she does, and now she even writes it down. Yeah, you're right. We'll keep her secret for her. Oh, looks like she's almost done writing. Let's head back.
Aha! There's a new note just as I expected. Yes, yes! It's the same handwriting, which means it must have been written by the same Aranara. Let's see what it says.
Ooh, what could it be?
I want to visit Mondstadt during the Ludi Harpastum again? No, that's impossible. This must be some kind of mistake. How could an Aranara go to Mondstadt for the Ludi Harpastum? Even I would never write that into a fairy tale.
So, in other words, the notes can't have been left by an Aranara.
Yeah. If you ask me, they were probably left by a passing merchant from Mondstadt or something. Definitely not an Aranara.
No, no, I refuse to believe it. I can't.
What do you mean you can't? It's not like it'll take you a huge amount of effort.
You've written so many stories beloved by the children. I'm sure you can help create carvings that are just as successful.
No! I can't do it. I thought that if I could find an Aranara, I'd be able to help Akara Crafts. But it was someone from Mondstadt all along.
But you've managed to write all those stories without ever having seen a real Aranara, right? What makes this so different?
Razi, you tell them.
Really? Can I?
Yes, it's fine. Tell them. I know this is the moment you've been waiting for.
Okay. Kale, Traveler, Paimon, do you remember when I said that there was a secret I didn't want to tell anyone?
Yep.
I didn't want to tell anyone the secret, but it made me feel very sad and also turned Dad into a completely different person. So, I think I should tell you. Dad isn't the one who came up with all those Aranara stories.
What? Hold on. So if Uncle Tanja wasn't the author, then who was it? Wait. You don't mean...
It was me. Dad's been telling stories in Port Ormos for as long as I can remember. I always got to listen to all his new stories. Every night, Dad would give me a Zaytun peach for dinner, and I'd eat it while he told his stories. The Zaytun peaches were delicious, but Dad's stories were really bad. He always uses sentences that are really hard to understand, and strange, metaphors, I think they're called. But Dad kept on going, telling his stories again and again. One time, he even borrowed a camera from Lord Sangema Bey's shop and got me to take pictures of him in action. Dad showed me the picture and said that it shall become the precious record of Sumeru's best storyteller early in his career. Even though only had Zaytune peaches to eat and not so great stories to listen to, I was happy. Then one day, I tried telling Dad a story I came up with. Dad seemed really excited from the very beginning. He looked really happy. He lifted me up high into the air and told me to continue. He lifted me up so high that I was looking down at him. As I continued with my story, I saw his expression gradually change. And when I got to my favorite part, Dad started crying. I guess he must have been moved by my story. When Dad put me back down, I looked up at him again, but now he had a scary look in his eyes.
You remember it so vividly.
It's not only Rosie. I, too, remember every detail of what happened that day. After that, I gradually grew in fame and started making money. I became Sumeru's best storyteller, just as I always dreamed. Finally, we could afford more than just Zaytune peaches for dinner. I thought it would make Rosie happy.
I was really happy at first, but then everyone started calling me Tanja's son instead of Rosie. I kinda guessed why, but I also didn't want to believe it. Dad got busier with things that had nothing to do with storytelling, like that request from Akara Crafts. So I made up my mind that this time, I just want to be good old Rosie so that Dad will become good old Dad again. Instead of Dad the way he is now, starting every story with, "Dedicated to my dearest Rosie." I prefer my dad how he used to be, stumbling over words and not knowing how to end the story. That's why I decided to keep how I imagine Aranara to look like a secret.
Wait, Paimon gets it now. To sum up, all of Uncle Tandra's fairy tales were actually stories written by Rosie. And because Rosie didn't want Tandra to keep living a lie, he refused to help him with the Akara Crafts commission.
Yes. That's why I tried looking for possible evidence of Aranara. But it turned out that I was just being a clown, as always. And not even a funny one. I'm a terrible father. I'm sorry, Razzie. I'm so sorry. And I owe you all an apology, too, for wasting your time. Rozzie's the only one who can help Akara Crafts. If you can manage to persuade him, that is. Right now, I think I just want to find a tree hollow and be quiet for a while.
Are we gonna let this happen?
You want me to help Akara Crafts with their carving? Well, I did mention what the Aranara look like in my stories, but to make a carving, we might need more details. Kale, Traveler, and Paimon, I might need your help on this one. I've never really left Port Ormos before. This is my first time in Gandharvaville. Well, it's my first time being so far from home. Sumeru is so much bigger than I thought. Seeing new places has given me loads of new ideas for my Aranara stories. So I want to visit more places in Sumeru. That way, I can help Akara Crafts create an Aranara carving that everyone will love. And I also want to take pictures of Dad everywhere that we travel to.
You still want me to come with you? Even after all I've done?
Yeah, of course. Come on, you're the best dad ever.
This is the happiest Arazi has sounded since we met him.
I want to thank you, Kale.
Huh? Me? I didn't do anything to help.
You told me about telling my secrets to a tree hollow. Even though I didn't have the time to find a tree hollow, telling everyone my secret made me feel so much better.
Yeah, it's hard to keep too many secrets. And there's no need to hide our mistakes from others all the time. I made a lot of mistakes back in Mondstadt. But when I look back on them, it all feels more like a new beginning. I'm sure this experience will be the same for Tanja.
Yes. I'll do my best to become a good father again. Wait. Did you just say you've been to Mondstadt?
Yup, he just figured it out.
I just passed by once. Never mind that. Come on now. Akara Crafts is waiting for us. Let's go, Rozzy. Grab that camera and see what hidden inspiration you can discover along the way.
Okay, let's go. Come on, Dad.
Nice.
Rozzy, slow down and watch your step.
Non-supervisors are fascinating things while exploring Sumeru. They're not. Put them down while using the camera in the view. You can have a record things in the view. Camera will display information to the taking distance. Zoom. Yep.
The 20th anniversary of Akara Crafts is coming up. Paimon wonders what the children thought of the...
Hold that thought. Hang on. Nope. Oh, I'm supposed to be taking pictures of exactly. Usually does that zoom in thing, doesn't it? And stuff like that, maybe? This one. Yeah. Down. There. This is gonna work, is it? Maybe? Yeah, it should work. Right, kind of in front of it, so. There we go. Hello, flowers.
I'll keep this close.
What's the thing to map out on this map? Not got all this stuff yet. Camera's up here. Because each of these do. Interesting. That noise is annoying. It sounds like a pop-up. Oh, mission. Oh. Really? Animals. What the animals? And I'm aiming at. I assume monsters and animals are the same.
A reward on the road.
Don't see any animals there. A monster. Look. Oh. I think it is hiding. Hi there, friend.
Illusion shattered.
Oh, hey. Not expecting that. Random event. Can't go on that. It's a big dude. Better picture him facing his ass.
But a momentary distraction. Shine
Yeah,
down!
hide that. Just pick up. Wait, hide that.
Propagate!
Ouch!
No more tricks.
Terminate!
Illusion
Killjoy, you've only just begun.
Him?
Gather.
Scatter!
Oh, you killed the pet thing. I needed that. That's awesome.
There's no
nice.
escape! Drawn to oblivion!
Killjoy, you've only just miscalculated. This one's well done. Stabilize.
Illusion shattered.
Wind, hear me.
I will have order. Gather.
Shine down.
This was well done.
Inazuma shines eternal.
You're gonna die before your field breaks up for sure.
You need to hurry up.
Was annoying. But that's suspicious. I might find these animals actually in the forest. That's monsters, has it? But on the other hand, it might class. I've never seen one of those. What is that? Crap. I unplug that. How did I plug this in? There's my count. I guess you can't take a picture of the same thing. No, it's totally what it is though.
There is no escape.
Okay, I'm ready to hit that one.
Shine down.
Got to be those from area. That big ball thing. Maybe an event. If you got lost riches. Okay, I see. See what that's going to be now. Need to look at the ones I got before. Got a pink one. Maybe I got a blue one.
I only take orders from my employer.
Hmm. Dancing away. Yeah, okay. Hmm. Looking something by accident.
Illusion shattered!
Propagate!
Now you shall perish! Shine down!
This is order. Solidify.
Scatter!
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Propagate!
I will have order. Stabilize.
Now you shall perish!
He's up. I got no idea what walked into. Oh boy. Animals. I think your class is an animal, but we can check. Anything down there? What's up? Don't see anything. Some hilly chills. You guys hard pass?
Propagate!
Boy.
Scatter!
Oh boy. How many guys? Those are the things that don't not too far now. Birdie, I already got you. Everything's right. I'll pay you another look. Oh, I got that one. There's literally 4 of them. Oh, and the plants. Ah. Those. Animal behavior. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, well, lots to do. I guess I'm gonna finish. Lie down, Stitchy. We'll do that first. Here.
Oh, I got the same one again. When will I get the chubby, squishy one? I guess I'll just have to save up my allowance and get them all.
Huh? I thought you came here every day. Have you still not collected them all yet? You should have gotten them as a set. That way, you get 7 different designs at once.
But then there's no surprise.
Surprises are boring. I want to have every design there is. That's what you do when you really love something. I finally saved up enough to buy the set today.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but the one Cassette bought was our very last carving. We're out of stock today. But we're working on expanding our team, so please check back tomorrow.
Fine, I'll come back tomorrow. Just so you know, R&R carvings are more
more than just stock.
Yeah!
All right, all right. I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy. Our Aranara carvings have sold out for today.
Sold out? Oh no. I was gonna buy one for my cousin who's visiting tomorrow.
Hey, how about this? You live near Ronta's house, right? We'll deliver the new carvings to you first thing tomorrow.
Wow! Thanks, Mr. Fies! Don't forget, okay?
I promise. Akara Crafts would never let down a child. Ah, more customers. Sorry, our Aranara carvings have... Oh, hey, it's you guys. Thank you so much for your help. We've been planning on visiting you to express our gratitude, but as you can see, our store's been really busy. If it weren't for you, the store's anniversary might have been a different story.
Doc. Oh no, really pop it.
It's all thanks to Razi. He has so much creativity at such a young age. Oh, and we would like you to have the prototype Aranara as a small token of appreciation.
Whoa, wait. This looks kinda... right! Mind-blowing! It has a very, mysterious feel.
We appreciate your thought, but please give us some time to decide if we want to keep it.
The Aranara father owned up to his mistake and was forgiven by his Aranara son. I think everyone will like how the story goes. But the reason the father owned up to his mistake was too simple.
Perhaps we could make them go through some kind of hardship together. I'm sure they'll become more understanding of each other that way. The Aranara father will feel guilty after seeing his son work hard.
When the Aranara father starts feeling guilty, should he speak more slowly or more quickly?
That depends on the Aranara son. It would be interesting to hear them speak at different paces.
Hey, Tanja and Rosie, what you up to?
Dad and I are just discussing our latest story. I'll be the one telling the story this time. But I'm a little nervous about telling a story in front of so many people. That's why I'm asking Dad for advice.
Oh, Sumeru's gonna have a new young storyteller.
If it weren't for you, Razi would surely have left me for good.
I'm so glad everything worked out. But there's still something that doesn't quite add up.
Oh, what is it? Do you need help investigating something?
Why would a Mondstatter leave a note in a tree hollow deep in the Avidia forest?
I thought we moved on from this topic. It was just a coincidence. A lot of people write down their secrets and hide them in tree hollows. It's not a big deal at all. Okay. I have my secrets and troubles too, and I tell them the tree hollows. But seeing Razi and Tanja has given me an idea. Traveler, could you be my tree hollow?
Same whimsical address. Actually, no, mine just has. What is it? That's pretty fun. Any came from the event. Okay, only one of them. Got any of these yet? Hmm. One of these snapshot event things. Look. It's on the map now, I see. Oh, let's do this one first. Why not? Payments. Here, right? Yeah. I'm gonna take that picture. That's the wrong button. Spotted in this area, huh? Big one. Thing. There's one more. Oh, the camera's gone now. I should have done it, it goes away. Oh, there's one right here, so let's go see what this one is. It's enough. Don't see anything here. Maybe let's try it to be a different picture.
There is no escape!
Ah, come on. Normal activated. There's several activated and several normals. You burn them maybe? Different elements. And if we can electrify them, but if we water them.
Wish me luck.
And I pushed the wrong button. Every time. So let's try water first.
Let the show begin.
Something. Okay. Well. Still normal. That's all the reactions, huh? Trevor just fine. Does not sound fun. Have to fight it at some point. Mm-hmm. Mr. Watson, Sumeru City. Looks that way. I'll go ahead and buckle up. that place? It goes down, I need to go up, so that's not right. Not here then. Hmm. They go up maybe? I don't think so. Not yet unlocked. I went before, I believe. Maybe you can't get there yet? It's a way up on the path back down.
Time to go.
Okay, let's not do that. painting to take. You guys should come in here. That depends a lot. I'll let you in, I guess. Okay, you want to say that? Something to interact with. Other side. There's a sparkle. Hmm. Still higher. She is. Carnival over there. I see them.
Shine down!
Poisoning me? I guess I'm burn them. Anything than that. Normal.
Ways to the wicked!
Inactivate you. You go.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, already. I'll take a lot of pets for these, huh? Mm-hmm. That works. Fucking tape, I suppose. Go the wrong way? Follow me. Buy as many as I can, huh? Not many, apparently. The eyes and die. Use the same pieces. Can you just like assemble the same thing? Maybe you can. It's the same thing, hasn't it? Watched. Activate normal. Dog, please stop knocking crap on me. Scorched. No, electro this one.
Speed of light. Don't blink. Hey!
Does not like it.
Speed of light.
Okay, maybe so. I guess I missed one of his things. Acting, resting, or attacking. Okay, attacking's gonna be a fun one. Don't have a nearby warp for that. Not ventured that far out yet. That one alone for now. When I was here. Just give me some of these. Okay, cool. Bust. I think I had enough. I have one. What are we exactly? I just pause Sumeru so it's not going to give me another 4. May as well wait. I can do a temple.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
I guess I should have choice. I think which ones I have already. That one. The blue one on my other account. Yeah, the blue one, that's working. It's lost. You hear that? I've still got some jar lanterns. Later. You want? Yeah.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity. Well, it's there.
No rumble. This one. Stop that. Oops. Or the traveler one that I took. Yeah, for now, so I can go get a decent kit for you. Change the sword, so that's good.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Realize I accidentally to go to. Where's the camera tracking. Ew. It's almost time for your W, isn't it, doggy? I'll do this one and we'll leave the rest for tomorrow, I think. Above me. Okay. Yeah. Do I saw in it? Yep. Bring me here, little one. Keep moving. Never mind. Better stay put. Woman? Traveler, it's been a while. You're still moving around the world? Oops. Autoplay screwed me. What are you gonna fix in Sumeru? Don't jinx me. Right, back to business, traveler. How about another team of action? And the Sumeru is strewn in treasure. Treasures more everywhere. Sealies are drawn to me as usual. The Sealy treasure-seeking Sealies are familiar with among them too. As before, you and the Sealies look for treasures and I'll prepare your payment. Before we get into the team. Coins again? Not this time, I'm looking for ancient iron coins, which are worth more. Just another coin. It's not. An antique one that sells for more. The deal. Pile of a team like we used to. What else has done this? First of 9. I think it's on. Yeah. Good boy, yeah. Huh? You get the same one twice, interesting. Yeah. There. What I don't have. Actually, no. I don't think it is there. Island. I'm blind, where did it go? Perhaps down here. That lines up. This on the other hand kind of does. No, it's not right. Definitely it. I have no warps. Some warps. I know it's almost time for you, W. You don't need to knock my coat onto me. Already now. Oh wow. On the area.
Just wish that some people would actually do their jobs.
Wolf, huh? Oh goodies, what a wonderful cliff to climb. Off the darn thing. And just keep climbing.
Don't blink.
No, isn't that? Let's see. I go. That is my goal. Let's first grab this warp. Oh crap. I'll not grab you. Why did it cost me nothing?
Speed of light.
Hmm. Not
Incoming!
Gather!
Illusion shattered! Nowhere to hide.
That's an R&R. I see that.
Speed of light! Hey!
Don't you go anywhere, I need your picture. Go on. Is that it? See it.
Incoming!
Stabilize!
I swear by my sword! There is no escape!
This is order!
Don't blink! Cut to the chase!
That's right, our enemy's challenge now.
Gather!
Incoming! Hey! That's everything. On to the next.
You to attack me, don't I?
Don't blink! With sword from shadow.
Solidify!
Incoming! Over here! Illusion shattered! Let me amuse myself a little. Oh, now you've got me worked up. Nowhere to hide.
Stabilize!
Get out the shield.
Resistance shine no longer.
Oh, right there, I see it.
Don't blink! Hey!
Down here, huh?
Incoming.
Why do you leave me over there? Didn't, luckily. What is that? A new kind of ring on?
Don't blink.
It is.
Incoming. Yeah.
Ah, crap. I see you.
Don't blink.
It's a different kind of challenge, I see.
Speed of light. Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
Grab this one. Right.
Don't blink.
Going
No.
Torn to oblivion.
Incoming.
Shine down.
Solidify.
Barbados, guide us.
I hope the others find some.
Oh boy.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Don't blink.
Right, sound of that. Right, not the sound of that.
Speed of light.
Solidify.
Hey, you want to get down from there? He's real good from there, huh?
To the chase. Don't blink. Hey.
Gather. Stabilize.
Speed of light. Hey.
Wanna come down, buddy?
Nowhere to hide.
Gather.
What are you on there? Oh, you just made.
Now you shall perish.
Stabilize. I will have order.
That's everything. On to the next.
Oh, they're gonna be fun in the future. Ambush the prey. Let's go do that one. It's south of here. A few more. That one, okay. We'll grab this one. Double white.
Following orders.
Cut to the chase.
Solidify.
Illusion shattered.
Don't blink.
Shine down. Illusion shattered.
Speed of light. Hey.
I'll be back.
You give, you receive.
Ooh, it's a zone. Okay.
Got lucky that time.
Okay, so that was funny.
Gather!
Game. Oh no.
Solidify! This is order!
Nowhere to hide.
I think bad news is what this is.
Inazuma shines eternal! Wind, hear me!
With sword comes shadow.
Shine down!
Gather! Order guide!
Incoming.
Torn to oblivion!
Hey, Mr. Wolf.
Nowhere to hide. You give, you receive.
Above me, huh? Off.
I'll lead the way.
Again. Shit.
Speed of light. Hey!
Enshroud!
No, that wasn't a good reaction.
There is no escape!
I just committed suicide? I went to water, okay. Level 20. I should not put him in the party. Oh, for now.
Just what will become a...
We level her up. I think that missed. We're out of mushroom.
Speed of light. You give, you receive.
Water. Huh?
Propagate.
Oh,
Scatter.
water. I guess hope. Indeed is up.
Don't blink.
Below me, right? What the fuck? What the? Might as well go get this one, huh? Up there, huh? And there's another one. Up and over by the look of it. Storage a minute maybe? Let's find out. Dog's up headbutt and the microphone. No word little late, we're going for your W, but we're just gonna do this first. I'm curious. If it's on my stomach, that's pretty cool. Yeah, hop at me. Maybe 10 minutes. Below me, huh? You can stay in there, mister. I know you are now. I don't like you. Okay. Oh, that's a ruin guard, isn't it? What the? With like extras. I like it. So I get a decent archer in my team. Below me like crazy, so must be a heck of a drop on this side somewhere. Edge. Oh really? What a view.
Incoming! Ah! With sword comes shadow.
That's right, buddy. What's to go up? This feels warm. Like it. This is great. I can go back to Vanar happy. Okay, I spotted this thing, that's why I came this way. Used R&R.
Scatter!
Whoa! Let's go. Friends with me and R&R. Yep, yes they are. Where is this thing? Oh, apparently. Didn't use just in case. Go too low. If not supposed to go all the way down, isn't it? Nothing just yet. And you walked by the thing at least. Grab this one. Did it knock me down? Yeah, that's not going to count that for sure. Ah. I mean, boys, just passing through. Guess my curiosity. Oh, go on, buddy. Not too far. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad.
I'll keep this close.
Yeah. Oh, no. No probably target found, I guess. Just no one. Been a long wait for Agatar and Golden Nor. Finally here. Don't let this chance slip away. Let's play. What are we playing? Get all kinds of paintings in the wooden chests. So let's see, never forget. Okay, so I guess we're using... What is this one? No, this one. Oh, wrong. Okay, I'll try again. I gotta go to do now. Mesh strokes. So... See, the last one says it guess.
I'll keep this close.
Why is there a beam of light coming from you?
Don't blink!
I'm in this, I guess. gotta go jump now. Oh boy, this is gonna be close. Oof.
Illusion shattered.
Scatter!
That was the poison one. Crap.
Shine down.
Alright, that's as long as I can do. My dog's starting to get annoyed with me. Come on, stop it now.
Clear skies can do nothing to hide the brilliance of lightning. Divine bolts can strike even in the absence of rain. Do you see that?
Okay, I was right. I need to get that. At least. Take a picture. I guess that's why they attack you. He's just sitting and playing the tails. Good. Colors. Got a bunch of stuff to do, yeah. Oh, I found some things, so I might as well talk to this thing. Yes. Hey, might as well blow me up.
Illusion shattered!
Nice. A lot of challenges. Okay, cool. That's literally all I can do.
Yesterday, total of
Oh, no. Get in there. Except for Alright, that's
The
me done for
world
today.
remains constant over the
I'll be back
centuries,
on
but
that
human life
after
is
the
like
Dog's
the dew
W
and dawn,
or
or a bubble rising through
something.
water.
Probably play something different.
Transitory.
I might try a Disney game out that I've got. Not played it yet, so give that a shot. Right then, I'm off.